Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breech coming to you with another video. Man, last night's Monday Night Raw, honestly, to me, I come on here a lot of stuff and I hype up the WWE and I say how great a lot of stuff is. But last night's Raw was long and it was tiring, and I honestly don't think that it was their best show in a long time. I thought it was a cool idea that they were running the power to the people, the voting by text phones, and that was pretty cool. But honestly, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and a lot of the podcasts I listen to, Art of Wrestling. Another one is by Dave Lagana, and you get the insider's look as what the writers and everybody go through to make these shows happen. And I honestly feel real bad for the WB writers right now. They're running. It seems like 100 miles an hour. You had the 3-hour Raw last week. You had the 3-hour pay-per-view on Sunday, followed up by another 3-hour Raw yesterday. It must be hell, to pump out these shows. Honestly, to me, if you do a 3-hour Raw every once in a while, maybe one a year, maybe two a year, that's special. But having them back on back-to-back weeks, it's just tiring for me. I don't know if it's because I worked in the morning yesterday and it was cool that I was able to watch it live. But honestly, when that main event rolled around, it just seemed like it went on for an hour. To me, 2-hour wrestling is perfect time for a good wrestling show. I think that's just about all you need. You go back to a couple years ago when WSX was on MTV. That was a half-hour wrestling show, and that was perfect. I think the one thing that really jumped TNA going downhill a little bit was when they jumped from a 1-hour show to a 2-hour show. Everybody thought they needed to be 2 hours in order to be big time in the mainstream. And honestly, I thought the 1-hour show was perfect. A lot of the guys, the main guys that were on the roster got used, and a lot of the bickering was from the guys that weren't getting used on the bottom of the card. Maybe if they found a way to get special and get over, they could fit into that 1-hour show, and it would have been great. But to me, they hit the ball running when they were 2 hours, and that's when it started to go down. But I guess today. WB came out and it said the polls got messed up a little bit with the texting online voting. I guess the servers got backed up and crashed, and they had to start and restart. I'm glad that they're coming out and saying that they did mess up during this, and the votes that were cast during the times when it wasn't crashed were counted. Because last night on Twitter, everybody was bitching and complaining that this, as well as like in the past, Cyber Sunday and Taboo Tuesday was always fixed. And I'm here to say that I honestly do believe that I think that when they say that the fans are going to vote for something, they do let the fans vote for something. It's been backed up by shooting reviews come to mind. I know Maria talked about it in her shooting review. She said that everything that is on the up and up and everything's true. Sandman said that he thought it was fixed. He said he didn't think he was going to get used in his Cyber Sunday match, and then he got up to the podium where they were going to shoot the promo for Benoit and Kane. To see who was going to fight Umaga that night, and Kane looked at Umaga and they were talking about what gimmick they were going to use, and I thought that was pretty cool because it shows that these guys didn't talk about the match at all in the back before. They were pretty much just calling it in the ring, and I thought that was really cool. To think that this was on the up and up and on the real, but I think some people out there, they need more proof, more definition that this is that, and a lot of the times it's pretty much the fans vote for what's coming along for WWE, so a lot of people think that it's predetermined, but honestly I think it's all in the up and up, and I think this proves to everybody if they're going to come out and say that they messed up and that's why Mason Ryan got voted in instead of Sin Cara, even though I voted for Jack Swagger. I think that's good. I honestly, I think if you're to change it up a little bit, what I would do is start the polling on Sundays. Make it where you vote online. Somehow lock it up where you can vote once an hour, or find some way to lock it down where you're only able to vote once. I know people go in, they'll delete their cookies, and they'll still vote 1,000 times. But I mean, if you got that much time, vote as many times as you want to. But that's what I would do. That way, when it rolls around to the West Coast, and yes, there are people out there who don't have high definition, who actually have to watch it taped, they would be able to play along, and they'd be able to actually feel like they voted for something, instead of everything else in the world, that we get screwed on out here. Even on the high-definition shows, when you vote for shows like American Idol and you vote for shows like, Dancing with the Stars, that crap, we always get hosed out here on the West Coast. It's like we don't matter. But this is Stevie Breech. That's how I would fix it. See you later.